Hello, kittens. Sorry it's been a few weeks. I've been having a bit of a struggle trying not to get political on my channel, but it seems that everything I feel the strongest about has some major political underpinnings. I actually recorded four separate videos, but none of them were good enough. They were off the cuff, and I was always leaving something out. And I also started to feel that the topic was a bit too sticky, and the self censorship that's involved in remaining unbiased feels unnatural and contrary to my typical rebellious nature. So, for the past few weeks, I've attempted to make a video about the feminist movement and how I feel it's been hijacked by women who are, uh, in a sense, manipulating one another. Some hate men and the traditional family structure. Some are money grubbers or prostitutes like Stormy Daniels, or women who seem as if they're trying to make us all look stupid, weak, and pathetic. They attack men for their masculinity, which is an attack on the qualities tomboys choose to embrace. This new feminist movement is not for women like myself. It's just another part of the Democratic platform which has fractured and fallen so far away from what it once was, it no longer resembles anything good or positive. I've been a registered Democrat for 20 years. My heart has never changed. Something, it seems, about the party and what they represent changed. I truly thought that it was the side of justice, that I was on the side of justice. But when I started to see these wild double standards arise in the past few years, I began to get discouraged and then disgusted with the politicians, the media, and the entertainment industry from that side of the fence. As a fan of Carlin style comedy, I felt like the censorship I was witnessing would be detrimental to free speech. I started to question whether or not it was worth it to put my true opinions out there, as so many people are having their lives ruined by this movement and others like it on the left. I don't live in an echo chamber. I don't know anyone in the real world in my life who even talks about politics. And it seems like the moment that I start to talk about current events, sparks start to fly, or people just turn and walk the other way. And it's like, okay, well, there's never really a good time, it seems, to talk about any of it. Um, you know, and so I try to stay quiet about it, and I'm not always successful, I'll admit. But it's been difficult, to say the least, trying to rein in and control the urge to voice my opinions. I censor myself constantly when I'm out or at home or online, and it's tiresome. Constantly trying not to offend people who are offended by everything. And that's a devious tactic. It's effective in preventing people like me from getting any points across and alienating people like myself from conversations, like conversations that boast about their inclusivity. I've been looking for the right way to describe myself. I feel like I can no longer call myself a Democrat. It's been a long time since I supported a Democratic candidate, and the ones that I once supported have since been revealed for their corruptions. Recently, I stumbled upon a new movement, one I feel like I can actually get on board with. If you haven't heard of it already, I encourage you to watch some videos. There are plenty of them out there. It's hashtag walk away, and it's burning through YouTube like a wildfire, at least it seems like it from my standpoint. It's such a relief to finally see what I've been feeling manifest as a new movement. I've had a strange life, and I understand that there aren't many people out there I can associate with, but there are certain things that I think are common sense issues that the left seem to be pushing against. Likewise, there are a few issues, I don't feel like the right has a fair understanding of, but I can see the tides changing, and I think we're witnessing some historical stuff happening within the parties. The left keep pointing their fingers at the Russians instead of cleaning their own freaking rooms, as Peterson would advise. And, I'm thinking, when will they grow up? When are they going to stop blaming everybody else and take responsibility for their choices and their actions? I felt moved to do this after I watched many walk-away videos. It felt so great to see men, women, gays, lesbians, and all sorts of people of all colors and religions and walks of life all coming together to voice their concerns about the state of the Democratic Party. I felt less alone. It actually brought tears to my eyes. I felt reassured, like a weight had been lifted off of me, that I'm not a bad person for having certain views and opinions. I'm a very inclusive person and I want the best lives possible for everyone. For someone to assume that I'm a bigot for any reason is a great offense to me. It's as terrible as any profanity, and I believe that the people on the left are fully aware of this, and that's why they're constantly likening this president to Hitler and his supporters to Nazis. And, they don't care if they are belittling the horrors and atrocities of World War II in order to call people names, destroy careers and lives, and incite violence. And I guess according to some jokers like CNN, if I'm not a bigot, then I must be a Russian bot or an agent or something like that, because there's no way that Americans would have any concerns about the Democratic Party. It's those pesky Russians hiding under the beds of every Democratic politician, reporter, entertainer, and activist as Trump derangement syndrome takes over their minds like a zombie virus. It's like a non-stop Springer show, like a bad accident you can't look away from, but you can hashtag walk away and still enjoy the show from afar. Thanks for tuning in, you sweet kittens, you. I promise I will try to get more content out soon. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and like and subscribe if you're feeling generous. Until next time, remember, it doesn't matter how you walk away.